Hello, I'm Ramin Sinanayaka, and in this video we are going to discuss question set 19. And in the previous video, the question set 18, we entered the data into the database, and in this question set we had to do some changes to the database according to the questions that are stated in this question set. So let's get into it. I'm going to open up IDSQL. So here I have opened up IDSQL, and here we have the database and the tables of it. And let's get into the first question. Two new students have been admitted to grade 11 of this school. Their details are listed in the table below. Enter that information in the student table. So we have two new students entered to the grade 11 of the school. Let's enter their records into the student table. So in order to do that, we have to write insert queries. So starting with insert into, table name is student, so it is stated in the exam marks db database. Therefore we have to write exam marks db dot student, and then we write the column names. So we have 6 columns in total, so I'm gonna make the area for it, and I'm gonna copy the column names from here into the query. And then we write values to enter the data for each column. So I'm gonna copy and paste this under this query, because we had to write two queries for the two new records. And first we have to enter the index number of Amandi Vijay Singh, which is STU 009, and then the first name, which is Amandi, then the last name Vijay Singh, and then we have gender, and then the contact number, and then we have the class name. So here, instead of class name, we got class ID. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna enter the class ID for the first query, and I'm gonna enter an subquery for the second query in order to get the class ID. So here I already know that the class ID for the class name 11A is 1, and let's get into the second query. So index number is STU 010, first name is Natasha, last name is Vimalasena, gender is female, and then we have the same contact number as the previous student, and then we have the class name. So here I'm gonna write the subquery. So like I stated in the previous video, we have to get the class ID from class table. So to do that, we have to write a select query. So select So what we have to select is the class ID from we have to state the table. So exam marks db dot class where. So here we have to write the specific condition, which is class name being 11b. So here in these two queries, up to the contact number, basically it's the same, but for the last column I have given the class ID straight as 1, but for the second query I have written an subquery to get the class ID from the class table. Let's go ahead and execute these queries, and without an error these two queries has been executed. Let's go ahead and see if the data has been added to the table, and there you go, the two new queries have been added to the table. And on to the second question. So here we have to change an existing record, therefore we have to write an update query for it. So starting with update, and then we have to state the table that is to be updated, which is student table from exam marks db database, and we have to set the new value, which is last name being Moses, where. So we have to state the specific record that is to be changed. So here it says that the index number is STU004. So let's go ahead and state it. So STU004 student's last name is Tilakaratna. So after we execute the query, this should be changed to Moses. Let's go ahead and execute to see if it is going to be changed. Let's refresh the table, and there you go, it's changed to Moses. And let's get into the third question. Natasha Vimalasena, student's contact number should be changed to this contact number. Write the relevant SQL query. So likewise in the previous question, here the we have to write an update query. So update student table set, here it should be the contact number, and contact number is this one here. Where here it says the student name is Natasha Vimalasena, so we have to write both first name and the last name. Since we have to state both first name and the last name, we have to put an and here. So let's go ahead and execute it. So here both Amandi and Natasha have the same contact number. So after we refresh the table, Natasha's contact number should be changed, and there you go, it's changed to the new contact number. And on to the fourth question. Natasha Vimalasena transferred schools before the first term examination, therefore remove the information about the student from the student table. So in order to remove an existing record, we have to write an delete query, starting with delete. So we have to state from where it has to be deleted. So delete from, the table name is student, where. So if we execute it here, it's gonna delete the whole table, but we have to avoid that. So in order to avoid that, we have to state the specific record by using the where keyword. So it states that Natasha Vimalasena is transferring schools, therefore it should be the record of Natasha Vimalasena. So I'm gonna enter the first name and last name of Natasha Vimalasena, and let's go ahead and execute it. Let's go ahead and check the table. So here, after we refresh the table, this selected record should be deleted, and there you go, the record has been deleted. And on to the fifth question, find out the details of all students in the school. So to find the details of all students in the school, we have to write and select query. So in order to do that, we have to start with select. So in order to get all of the details, we have to put an asterisk. So then we state from which table should be the details taken from. So from, and the table name is student, and there you go, we have written the query. Let's go ahead and execute it, and here are all of the details of all of the students in the student table. And on to the sixth question, find the marks of mathematics subject of all students in the first term. So here we have to write a select query as well. So here it says we have to find the marks. So here it should be the mark. So yeah, selecting the mark column from the student exam mark record table. Then we write the specific condition, which is subject being mathematics and exam being first term. So subject ID should be 1 and exam term also should be 1. Let's go ahead and enter that. So and you have to put an end here because you have to put two conditions. So this query only executes when both of the conditions are true. So go ahead and copy the name of the column, and there you go, we have written the query. Let's go ahead and execute it, and there you go, we got the marks of mathematics subject from the first term. And on to the seventh question, find all of the marks obtained by all the students in the first term in Sinhala language and literature subject. So here, like in the previous question, we are selecting mark from the student exam mark record table. So here the subject ID is 3 and the exam ID is 1. So the only thing that changed here is the subject ID. There you go, we have written the query for it as well, and let's go ahead and execute it. And there you go, we got the marks for Sinhala language and literature in the first term for all of the students. And on to the eighth and last question, Amandi Vijayasinghe entered another school from this school before the first term examination due to receiving a scholarship. Therefore, remove the information on this student from the student table. So like in the fourth question, we had to write an delete query. So starting with delete from, you have to state from which column the record should be deleted. So the table name is student, where then we have to state the specific condition. So the question states that the student's name is Amandi Vijayasinghe. So let's go ahead and execute it. So after we refresh the student table, this selected record should be deleted, and there you go, it has been deleted from the student table. And that brings the end for the video of answering the question set 19. Thank you for watching.